I study the dynamics of networks, and the evolution of networks is a clearly nonlinear process in which the ways in which they match and sort are highly unpredictable. It's important to realize that unpredictability is a huge source of opportunity. It's also the risk, and it's the downside. The systems that survive, however, are those with multiple sinners, not just a single sinner, so a hydra-headed beast, if you will, in which the rules of the game are commonly and well understood across the different groups. If they're all playing by the same rules and there's only one unit in charge, something goes awry, the whole system unravels. If there are multiple heads, they're familiar with each other's rules, but they play in some ways by slightly different sets of rules. When something goes wrong in one, the system can repair and rebuild itself. The strongest takeaway is don't have too much faith in single rules and in single organizations. It's hard to imagine how we go too far, given we live in a world that's increasingly complex, increasingly unpredictable, and in which the demands on organizations come from multiple sides, from the environment, from constituents, and from the challenges of running large entities inside where the right hand and the left hand often do not come into contact with one another. People hear across fields. This morning we heard a physicist turned economist, an anthropologist, and an OR person from McKinsey. So that mixing, I think, in some respects is quite useful. Often the conference scene like this is valuable for networking, but I think the most critical thing is the one or two ideas that you take away that rattle around in your brain and that cause you to wake up at 1 a.m. and, aha, that's what that person really meant. And it may be a few days, it could be weeks or months, but eventually some of these things break through.